Cupid Parasite.
There's no intro movie. Maybe we'll get that in a minute. Anyways, I don't know how loud this is yet. Hold on, let me just see if I can. Oh, I can't. Well, I turned it down just a little bit. I will adjust the volume once I get in here, but welcome to the new series. This is Cupid Parasite, the first disc, and we're going to be playing through this one following a route from Otome Kitten. So if you want to know how I got my my walkthroughs, I visited that website, and it recommends the order of vanilla to heavy spoilers. So I like doing the route. I like following a path of least spoilers, so that way I have something to look forward to, and I can kind of guess along the way of what's gonna happen here. So let's get in this game. What the heck is that? Okay, so there's 3 people you can start off with at first. Oh, okay. So there's 3 people you can start off with. Let me see who they are. It's Ryuki, which, okay, so here's Gil, that's one of them. Shelby, and then Ryuki. There's Ryuki, and I guess Shelby is the other one. Oh, it tells you how old they are. Oh, Shelby's 32. Ryuki is 19. It recommends starting off with him. Thought we already saw him. Where's the other guy? He's 24. Okay. Anyways, so we're gonna start a new game. Yep, I didn't understand a single bit of that. Restoring to default. Hold on. This is really loud. Load, event view, gallery, options. System, we're going to go to fast. Fast. Auto is fast. Message speed is fast. Actually, messages, is that like text messages? Let's slow it down a bit. Skip auto. I don't really leave that on, but I want volume. Here we go. There. Okay. Sound effects also all the way down. Yeah, all the way down. Cutscene volume. Let's just leave it midway. Okay, let me put the volume back to normal in OBS. Okay, so this is normal in OBS. This is what I had it during Code Realize. And I can get through this now. Okay, hold on. Opacity, that's gonna be the same. Master volume, oh, the master volume. I can turn it down even more, which I don't think I need to. We'll see how long they talk. Can I preview their voices?
Case 1 ギル・ラブクラフト
That's pretty loud.
Case 2 シェルビー・スネイル Case 3 ラウル・アコニット
Should be fine, probably. Why can't I go to the other side? Why can't I go to the other side? Hold on. I don't want them that loud. They're already loud. Oh, there we go.
Case 4 K3F 龍騎 Case 5アラン・メルビル
Let me turn it down 1. I'll see what they sound like.
Case 1ギル・ラブクラフト
That's like their normal volume.
Case 2
Okay.
シェルビー・スネイル
Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Every time I back out, it honks at me. Anyway. Alright, now we're gonna start a
ス
game.
タートするんだね君と再会できたチャンスを今度こそはものにするから
Yes, we're going to be default name because I don't like picking names. I like them to say their names. Yep. Most people are familiar with the idea of Cupid. I wonder if it's going to make me skip or push a button. Push a button. Cupid is the god in charge of helping people fall in love. Taking a golden bow and arrow, aiming down from the land of the gods to connect people together. But why has Cupid come down to join the world of humankind? Otome presents. In cooperation with the Cupid Corporation, Cupid Parasite. Let's get started. This is such a huge difference from Code Realize. Everything's so colorful. October 1st, 11 a.m. Workshop Suite, Cupid Corporation. I thought this was supposed to be immediate. I guess we'll find out. Maybe this is the cutscene stuff or the messages. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know much about this game besides what I read on the back of the cover and the little tiny review that I read on Otome Kitten. So I'm going into this pretty much blind, except that Cupid is a matchmaker on Earth and her job is to make people fall in love. Well, she was given a really big task with the Parasite 5. I guess they're a bunch of troublemakers from what I'm getting out of this, but if she gets them to fall in love, she gets a promotion, is what I read in the review. I settled my nerves and opened up the door when I was immediately greeted with a blast of mist. Cough, cough. What the heck was that?
乾燥ひどすぎ。保湿ミストぐらい常備すればいいのに。
That's funny. Okay. I don't like how slow it's typing. Can I adjust that? Hydrating mist? What on earth are you talking about? I like how they're called case like 1 through 5. Also, I read just a little bit of Ryuki since that's the person we're going down first. And apparently he's like obsessed with this hydrating mist for dry skin, which is kind of funny. I don't know anything about the other ones because I didn't look into them, but it said that the common root is by far the funniest out of everything, so I'm really looking forward to it. I'm vibrating. What? Parasite Angry Man, okay.
いや、あれは合意の上だよ。それに略奪だなんて人聞き悪い。シェアだって言ったじゃないか。
Stealing? Borrowing?
へえ、あの木ユグドラシルに似てる。ああ、でもここで言うユグドラシルは北欧神話のあれじゃなくて。
Obsessed parasite. There's Ryuki. He's just not gonna say anything. It's funny.
リネット、始めてくれ。
I may begin whenever I'm ready, huh? Of course. So, everyone, thank you all for fitting us into your busy schedules to meet with us today. I am Mrs. Mirror, and as of today, I am your personal bridal advisor.
代理のオーウェン・ヘリオットと申します。
Representative, but you're already Mr. Snail's secretary, aren't you?
はい、秘書もやっておりますが、本日は代理です。
A representative for dating?
続けてくれ。
Right. Well, I'm so glad we've got such a beautiful day to start everyone off on this new path, and oh my goodness, that's so
ああ、
loud.
大丈夫。続けて。
So, prior to officially entering you into our referral system, we like to create... Or we need to give you a sort of nickname. Will you turn off your phone? Like, this is important.
はいはい。丁寧に言おうが言わまいが結局は同じだから。
Well, Claris, it does matter a little bit. We want to get them off to a good start so we don't hurt their chances of success.
この調子じゃ日が暮れちゃうわよ。あなたが言えないなら私から言うわ。あなたたち、うちではパラサイト5って呼ばれてんの。結婚なんて夢のまた夢。まずはそのねじれ切った恋愛観を直す必要があるわ。
Sarah, that's way too direct. That's definitely interesting. And then at the end, like all of them have their shirts off. Like, what the heck? I was like, okay. I had to turn down my OBS again, but I guess that is the cutscene for you. It was really loud. I'm gonna put it back to normal, but I think I'm still gonna turn down the sound effects because of that stupid buzzing. Most people are familiar with the idea of Cupid. Cupid is the god in charge of helping people fall in love. And in Lost York, one company has taken up the mantle of that namesake. The Cupid Corporation. It's a marriage consultation company at the forefront of Lost York's hottest trends. And that's where I work. I guess you might call me a modern day Cupid. September 25th, 4 p.m. My desk. So this is before the little interview. Alright, that's the third successful marriage I put together this month. Whenever I get an email telling me about another marital success, I always strike a little mental victory pose. My work involves bringing people together to help them fall in love, well, more specifically, to help them get married. My biggest job duty is as a bridal advisor. Normally people think of bridal advisors as people who help a wedding go smoothly, but at Cupid Corp, we act as marriage matchmakers. The Cupid Corporation, or Cupid Corp for short, has a company slogan, from your first encounter to your final vows. The company handles the matchmaking process as well as the wedding ceremony itself. Everyone here who deals with the marriage has my title, bridal advisor. Hehehe. In the end, the choice to tie the knot is in the hands of the humans themselves. I won't let Dad tell me what to do. I joined Cupid Corp for a little over a year ago, and I've been working hard at my job every single day since. And because of that, my results last year were at the very top of the matchmaking charts. I ranked first among all advisors this whole year. Which means now all of my business cards say top bridal advisor. Ooh. But I'm not done yet. That won't be enough to convince Dad, so I need to get promoted even higher. Bling! Huh? An email? I wonder who it's from. President Snail, be in my office at 5 a.m. We need to talk. 5 a.m. Why is the president? Oh my goodness.
どうしたの？
I said that out loud without even realizing it. Claris, my roommate, best friend, and closest colleague, spoke up. Let me see if I could change the options one more time. Sorry. I'll cut this out, so.
すごい顔してるけど、何かあった？
Huh? No, it's nothing. I waved my hand as if I could brush away the concern, but Mr. Snell has never asked to see me like this before, and at 5 a.m., what does that mean? Does that mean he doesn't want anyone else to know about it? Oh my goodness, maybe. What on earth could this be about? I tried to think of anything that might have happened recently to put me on his radar, but nothing came to mind, well, except for... I do have one pretty massive secret that I can never share with anyone, not that they'd ever believe me if I did. But how could anyone possibly find out about that? This is so confusing. I've only spoken to the president twice. Once during my entrance ceremony, and once during last year's reward ceremony. Maybe he just wrote AM by mistake. If so, he actually wants to see me during business hours. It's probably not about that. Maybe I should confirm the time just to be safe. Understood regarding the meeting tomorrow. Did you write 5 a.m. by mistake, or should I be here at 5 in the morning? I know how busy you must be, so I do apologize, but if possible, could you please confirm the time? Lynette Mirror. But maybe he really did mean 5 a.m. Writing an email to the president is so nerve-wracking. Oh well. Send. I guess I'll touch up on some of these profiles while I'm waiting for a response. It was not a mistake. See you then. The response came immediately. Oh my goodness. It wasn't a mistake. Geez, this is starting to sound really ominous. Hmm?
リネット？大丈夫？
At 5 in the morning and in his office no less. I just really hope it's not about my secret. He wants some special time with you. I'm just kidding. And so early the next morning. Oh my gosh, that's so loud. Why can't I turn that down? Like, I turned the sound effects all the way down, and I've turned the master volume even further down, but it's so loud. Okay, it's over now. Yawn. I got up and got ready for work, making sure not to wake Claris up in the process. I spent all night thinking about what the meeting might be about. I hardly got any sleep at all. I woke up late, so I didn't have time to put on any makeup properly. I'll just have to touch up before the office opens. I couldn't stop thinking about it all day yesterday, and I still have no idea what he might want to talk to me about. I hope he's not planning to fire me out of nowhere or something. Oh, I'm so nervous. Why would he fire you if you're like the top advisor? Super top secret. Parasite 5. I moved through the still slumbering city and soon arrived at the building's main doors. Of course, reception wasn't open yet, so I went around back to the employee's entrance. It almost felt like I was sneaking in. And now I'm headed to the top floor to meet with Mr. Snail. That's so loud. When I enter the office, Shelby Snail, president of the Cupid Corporation, is waiting for me. Oh, hello. Isn't he one of the Parasite 5? That'd be kind of funny. He looks like one of them. Not only is he the president, he's also the company's young and charismatic founder.
早く来てもらってすまないな。
It says Prestige Parasite. I think he is one of them. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, Shelby is one of the main people you could romance, which is kind of funny. If she's this timid to just talk to him, I'm really looking forward to doing his route. I think he's one of the first 3 that you can do. Actually, Shelby is recommended to do second, so I won't have to wait very long. No, it's no problem at all. So what did you want to talk to me about?
そうだな。 一つ先に確認したいのだが、お前は常々周りに出世をしたいと言っているそうだな。
Isn't this guy the 32-year-old, I think? Uh-oh. I jumped a bit at the questioning tones of his voice. I'd mentioned my plans a few times, but I never imagined it'd reach the president himself.
別にそれが悪いというつもりはない。向上心があるのはいいことだ。だが1年目から言う人間は珍しいので気になってな。何か理由があるのか？
Well, it's just because the last thing I want to tell him is the truth. There's no way he'd believe me anyway. After considering it for a moment, I decided to give a more generic answer. I just thought that if I could get promoted, I'd be able to help even more people get married.
手伝いを。
That's right. The steady drop in marriage rates has bothered me for a long time now. I've just always been worried about how fewer and fewer people are getting married. That's my genuine feeling. When I first heard that there was a company in Los York, that's going to throw me off every single time. It's a cross between Los Angeles and New York in the United States. When I first heard about there was a company in Los York trying to help people with that, I immediately wanted to become part of that. And after being here a year, that feeling hasn't changed. If getting promoted means I can help match even more people together, that's what I want to do.
そうか。なかなか首相の心がけだな。さすがは1年でトップブライダルアドバイザーに上り詰めただけはある。しかし結婚率の低下を憂いているか。まさしく恋のキューピッドだな。ん？引きつった顔をしてどうした？
Because you're exactly correct. No, not at all. Anyway, was there anything else?
なあ、すまない。話がそれたな。では本題に入るとしよ
う。Now time to the real reason why you're here.
実はお前を昇格させようと考えていてな。
Oh, really? Interesting. Wait, what? Promotion?
ああ。だが一つだけ条件がある。これを見てもらえるか？
It's like the bells like ding ding, you're correct. Take a look at your cases. Mr. Snell handed me 5 pieces of paper. They were standard profile sheets our company uses for the matchmaking process.
この5人を結婚させろ。そうすれば昇格させてやる。お前は我が社の恋のキューピッド、トップブライダルアドバイザーだ。できるだろ？
Promotion. Cupid. Those words brought back a lot of strange memories. That's my secret for why I've been working as a so-called Cupid, bringing people together in marriage. Because I really, truly am Cupid. Ding. This game is adorable. Hashtag get Cupid, what was it? Happiness, something like that. 8 years ago, before I assumed the name Lynette Mirror and became a bridal advisor. What? Why the heck did you break up? Aw, she's so cute. I was gazing into the Celestian spring, looking down into the world of man. A couple that I brought together just the other day had already broken up. But those two were completely compatible. I heaved a sigh and peered back into the spring. The spring allows me to observe the human realm. I take aim with my bow and arrow, which lets me see how well 2 people might fit together. When I describe myself as Cupid, it's not an alias. I truly am the goddess Cupid. My name appears again and again in stories and legends within the human realm as a god that presides over love, and yet whenever I connect to people these days, it seems like they just break up right away. That's the 3rd couple this month. I drew back my bow once more and aimed down into the human realm where I could see a shining, shimmering rainbow of colors. Some people glowed light pink, others a vibrant orange. These colors were revealed to me when I aimed my Cupid's bow and told me the potential compatibility between people. Gazing at the colors, I would loose my arrows into my 2 chosen targets and make them fall in love. That was my divine duty, and I did it for ages. Why is it gotta be so hard?
キューピッド、ため息などついてどうした？
Huh? When I turned around, Lord Jupiter was standing there before me. No reason.
そうか。
He's cool. Can we marry him? Without another word, he just turned around and walked away. Jeez, that scared me. Lord Jupiter, the omnipotent god of all gods. Oh. He stands atop the Diconstantes, the 12 Olympian gods that preside over all the others. In other words, he's the most important god there is. Oh, well, I guess we can't marry him, probably. The lower gods rarely ever get a chance to even speak with any of the Diconstants. I'm a lower god myself, but I'm lucky enough to have the connection with the 3 of those 12 gods. But I still have never spoken with Jupiter before. He's definitely intimidating, that's for sure. He never says much and rarely shows his emotions. He's just got a scary vibe, like he might hit you with a lightning bolt if you look at him funny. Anyway, I guess I should get back to work. I grabbed my bow and arrow and peeked into the spring once more. I was hoping to find a couple that might be a little bit longer this time.
キューピッド、よかった、ここにいましたか。
Just as I was getting ready to draw back my arrow, a Divine Soldier called out to me. Divine Soldiers are the military personnel protecting Celestia. The Diconstants love making totally unreasonable demands of them.
マーズ様がお探しですよ。
My dad?
お約束があったんでしょ？待ちくたびれて怒っていられますよ。
Oh, right. I hurried off to find Dad, and when I did, he was just as angry as I expected.
キューピッド、お前は相変わらず神としての自覚が薄いようだな。
He moved slowly across the room towards me, glaring at me all the way. Lord Mars, my father, is the god of war. Apparently, he's also known to some as Ares. I only heard about that secondhand, though, since he was a god long before I ever came into being. There are so many stories about him that even I, his own daughter, can't keep track of them all. Although, to be honest, I'm not actually his daughter. For as long as I can remember, Dad has looked after me. I guess you could think of him as my foster dad.
キューピッド、話を聞いているのか？
No, not really. Of course. Of course, you know I hear and remember every single word you say to me.
はあ、まったく。お前がそんなんだから結婚率が落ちているんだろう。もっと真面目にやらんか。
Why am I the one getting yelled at? Lady Juno is the goddess in charge of marriage. My job is just to make people fall in love. It's not up to me whether they get married or not. I puffed out my cheeks in silent protest, but then I saw Dad narrow his eyes. Uh-oh, that's not good. I know my dad well enough to recognize that look. He was getting ready to hit me with another punishing lecture. I knew I'd messed up, but it was already too late. His booming voice echoed out, shaking the very ground beneath my feet.
バカモン！まずお前が恋結びをしなくては結婚に行き着かないではないか。それにジュノーは十二神の一人だ。そんなに端々に目を配っていられるわけがないだろう。それをお前は他者のせいにして何のためにキューピッドがいると思ってるんだ。人に恋の素晴らしさを知らせるのがお前の役目だろう。そんなお前がそこをサボってばかりだから人の世は乱れ、結婚率は下がり、少子化が進んでいるのだ。
That's a pretty big leap of logic. I know you don't really have to be married to have kids. It's not Cupid's job to fix marriage rates, let alone get more people to have kids. Besides, each golden arrow only lasts for 30 days. I can't make them stay in love forever. So demanding perfection from Cupid is honestly pretty unreasonable. But if I were to say that now, he'd just go on lecturing me for twice as long. I've been working really hard to do my job right and help people fall in love. Just now, I was observing the human realm, looking for couples that might really last. I haven't been slacking off. It's just that more and more people are deciding to separate even after getting married. So why the heck is he blaming this all on me? I couldn't stop myself from letting out a frustrated sigh, so of course he started yelling at me even louder for that. In the end, his lecture lasted 2 full hours. I'm so tired. After I was finally able to escape, I decided to go for a walk. I wasn't feeling great. He told me to stop complaining and get back to connecting people together, but I just wasn't in the mood. But I didn't feel like going back to my room either, so I just started wandering around aimlessly. At times like this, Celestia can be kind of annoying. There really isn't much else to do besides walk around. Eventually, I saw my aunt coming towards me. She's one of the 3 Constantas I regularly see: Lady Minerva, Goddess of War, and the arts. I call her my aunt, but just like with Dad, we're not actually related by blood.
あら、Q ちゃんじゃない。そんなむくれた顔してどうしたの？かわいい顔が台無しよ。
She's wearing that weird hat again. What's it called again? A cowboy hat or something? Aunt Minerva has always been obsessed with hats from the human realm and loved teaching me the different hat names.
あ、わかったわ。またマーズに怒られたんじゃない？どう？当たってる？
Yeah, he's mad at me because humans aren't getting married as much anymore.
結婚はジュノーの役目なのに？
There you go, go tell him that. Yeah, I thought I was taking care of the matchmaking side of things pretty well, but I thought of Dad's lecture again, and I couldn't stop myself from frowning even harder.
大変ね、Q ちゃん。あんな戦バカがパパで。どうせお説教ついでにトロイア戦争での苦労話とか聞かされたんじゃない？
I could only nod silently. She was right, naturally. Dad just loved bringing up those old war stories of his. I'm one of the younger gods, but Dad has been around for thousands of years now. In other words, he's kind of an old fogey. But since he has so much knowledge and experience, he can basically talk forever. Aunt Minerva could see how sick and tired of everything I was and let out a friendly giggle.
ねえ、よかったら私の部屋に来ない？ちょっとおしゃべりしましょうよ。
I don't mind, Lady Minerva. For some reason, she gets really annoyed if I don't refer to her as Lady Minerva. But why would she invite me to her room all of a sudden? I've never stepped foot in there before. Actually, I don't believe I've ever been in any of the other gods' rooms. I always just go back and forth from my room to the spring without ever really interacting with the other gods.
神様だってたまには誰かと話して気分転換しないと。そもそも Q ちゃんたら仕事漬けでしょ？仕事以外のことを何も知らないままで他人の恋を応援なんてできないと思わない？
She's got a point. All I do all day is shoot my arrows or sit in my room. I don't really know what love is. I don't even know how to have fun. It seems pretty strange trying to connect people together when I don't know anything about anything besides my bow and arrow.
あなたに見せてあげたいものがあるのよ。元気が出そうなレディー・ミネルヴァの秘密をね。
Dad told me not to spend too much time with Aunt Minerva, but Dad also said I need to take my job seriously, and if Aunt Minerva thinks I need something more to do my job. And anyway, it's Dad's fault I'm so worn out. Why should I just do what he says? I looked around to make sure nobody else was watching and then gave my aunt a tiny nod. Oh my gosh, these sound effects. Can I open my eyes now?
まだまだ。
No?
はい、目開けていいわよ。レディー・ミネルヴァの秘密の小部屋へようこそ。
Look at all the hats up there. Whoa. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The room was overflowing with objects from the human realm. Her hat collection was the first thing that I noticed, but what interested me most were the complex machines I've never seen. This is incredible. So many strange machines I've only glimpsed through the spring. How do you even use these things?
どう？びっくりした？
Yes, Lady Minerva, very. Where did you get all these things?
もちろん人間界にこっそり降りて買ってきたのよ。
I stole them.
あ、でもこのことは誰にも内緒よ。ジュピターったら人間に干渉するなってうるさいんだもの。
But don't you need his permission to go down to the human realm in the first place?
ここだけの秘密なんだけどね。実は私、降臨用の扉も自分で作っちゃったの。私専用のゲートよ。
What? I didn't even know something like that was possible.
学問の神に不可能はないわ。あ、でもこれこそ誰にも秘密よ。バレたら八つ咲きどころじゃないもの。
Okay, I understand.
この部屋も誰にも見つからないように作った私だけの隠し小部屋なの。だから Q ちゃんが初のお客さんってわけ。
But why did you decide to show me this?
Q ちゃんの元気がなかったから。というのは建前で、あなたなら私の趣味分かってくれるんじゃないかと思ったのよ。ほら、私ってば変わり者だって深海でよく言われているじゃない？この趣味も分かってくれる子全然いなくって。
I know what she means. Dad has told me more than once how strange she is and to stay away from her.
でも人間の文化って本当に面白いのよ。ずっと変わらない時を生きてる神と違って人間はどんどん変化していくの。人間が変わっていくなら私たち神も変わっていくべきなんて思わない？
I guess I see your point. It used to be that nobody ever talked about low birth rates or getting married later in life. Humans used to have to struggle just to survive, so they all did basically the same things to preserve their precious lives. In which case, maybe the rules of matchmaking aren't the same as they used to be. Maybe compatibility alone isn't enough.
というわけで Q ちゃん一緒に DVD 見ましょうよ。
DVD?
DVD 人間たちが作った機械の一つでこれだけで映画が見られちゃうのよ。
DVD movies. I can't say I've ever really heard of those words spoken in Celestia before.
ほらこれとか最新作なんだけど素敵な人間同士の恋が描かれているの。これを見たらキューピッドの恋結びのヒントになるとは思わない？なんてまずは見てみないとわからないわよね。Q ちゃんは映画が何なのかすら知らないんだもの。大丈夫、怖いものじゃないわ。さあそこ座って。レディー・ミネルヴァ劇場の始まり始まり。
And that's how my relationship with Aunt Minerva started. Everything in her room that was from the world of man was unfamiliar to me. I was interested in all of it. Books, comics, DVDs, all created by humans and not the gods. From the moment I laid eyes on them, I was enthralled. I started visiting her more and more from that day forward. Humans are so amazing. Dad said it's our job to guide the humans, but there are so many things they can do that we can't. But if that's really true, then what are us gods good for? Oh.
はあ、素 敵な映画だったわね。さすがデミアンヌ監督の新作だわ。
It was just another day for me watching movies with Aunt Minerva in her room. That cushion had become my go-to comfort spot.
どう？キューちゃんもこれ気に入った？
Yeah, it was great. But what's this social media thing they keep talking about? First time I've heard of it. Movie was a romantic comedy where lovers had all kinds of misunderstandings thanks to social media. I had no idea what that meant, so unfortunately I only understood parts of the movie.
あら、キューちゃん SNS 知らないの？ってスマホを持ってなきゃ当然よね。
But she has a cell phone.
ジュピターもマーズも電子機器絶対反対派だし。ちょっと待ってね。
How does she go from this to going to the earth to help people fall in love? Aunt Minerva started digging through piles of stuff and finally pulled out something that looked a little like a small stone tablet. Stone tablet.
じゃじゃーん。これがスマホ。で、SNS はこうやってやるのよ。
Do you even get any signal up in Celestia? She started pressing buttons on the tablet and sliding her finger across the screen to show me lots of different images. There were all kinds of text too. Oh, this is just like what we saw in the movie.
しかもこれのすごいところはね、世界中の人間と通信がつながっているところよ。ほら、ここを見て。この人はアフリカから書き込みしてるって位置情報に書かれているでしょ。それが
Hold on, Lady Minerva. What do you mean you can connect with people from all over the world? She could tell I didn't really understand, so she explained it in more detail. This tablet is called a cell phone, right? It uses a thing called the internet to let people from all over communicate together. Apparently, Aunt Minerva was able to use her divine powers to connect to this internet, even within Celestia. So social media is a tool that lets people communicate with strangers all around the world. Something like that actually exists, and on top of that, humans invented it?
そうよ。しかも興味あるワードをここに入れると、それについて話している人が見つかるの。例えばハッシュタグデミアンヌ監督でこうやって検索すれば、ほら、そのワードでつぶやいている人が出てくるわ。
Huh? There are so many people really took the time to write all this?
そうよ。この世界中のどこかにいる誰かの言葉。会ったことない人と意見交換ができる。それが SNS の素晴らしいところよ。
I never would have imagined something like this could really exist. So no matter where you are in the human realm or even Celestia, everyone can communicate with each other.
ほら、キューちゃんもせっかくなら何か調べてみなさいよ。気になる言葉とかあるでしょ？
This is how you find all the bad stuff too. I've had to limit my kids on the internet because just anything random, anything bad can just randomly pop up when you Google the simplest things. Well, I thought about it for a second, then punched in Cupid. Let's see, we never would have gotten married if it weren't for Cupid. Cupid is the best. You've definitely made me a believer. You're gonna live happily ever after. We're. The staff at Cupid was so friendly and helpful. I felt like I could tell them anything. Thanks to them, I met somebody truly wonderful. Oh, so okay. This is how I guess she learns about Cupid Corporation. Whoa, look how many... It turned out that there were more people talking about Cupid than I ever would have guessed. I just got married, and it's all thanks to Cupid. Cupid is the best. There was a non-stop flow of comments in front of me. Wow, this is really flattering. I have been working pretty hard after all. But they're talking about Cupid Corp, like it's hashtag CC Cupid Corp, not her. I guess I've become a better god than I realized.
あら、ちょっと待って、キューちゃん。みんな何かの URL と一緒につぶやいているわ。
Website? Aunt Minerva tapped the screen a few times and eventually it switched over to a picture of a wedding ceremony. From that first faithful encounter, discover everlasting love. The Cupid Corporation is here to help you find your soulmate. Love is awaiting you. What's this? The Cupid Corporation?
あらあら。これは人と人の縁結びをして結婚を手助けする会社みたいね。
Huh? Wait, then.
ええ、人間たちがキューちゃんの真似をしているみたい。
What? And that's how I found out about the Cupid Corporation. HQH. Hashtag Cupid happenstance. That's what it is. That's the name I came up with for this fateful coincidence. This one single event was a huge milestone that changed my entire reason for existing. Let's go, Lost York. Die. Once again, I found myself sighing wistfully while firing off a few arrows. The HQH incident that took place after I searched the term Cupid just kept coming back to haunt me. I just got married, and it's all thanks to Cupid. Cupid is the best. It had nothing to do with me, it was all about that Cupid Corporation. Found out that they were running an 8th anniversary promotion, and part of that was doing a hashtag campaign. Which must be why so many posts showed up when I did my search. On top of that,
うーん、確かにキューピッドの矢がなくても人間なら縁結びの相性を考えるぐらいできるでしょうね。なんたって人間たちは自分で恋愛心理学というものを生み出して恋心の研究をしているんだから。
my goodness. She didn't mean to, but her comments added insult to injury. I didn't think anyone could comprehend the compatibility between people without my bow and arrow. But humans use their innate intelligence to understand compatibility, and they used it to support each other and aid them in dating. Meanwhile, all I was doing was wasting time blaming Lady Juno for the drop in marriage rates. Aunt Minerva also says something else.
彼らはすごいわ。何でも自分の手でやってのけちゃう。だから今の時代に神頼みする人間なんてほとんどいないのよ。
As usual, I gaze into the spring and take aim with my bow. I see people crossing through an intersection, people waiting in line. Pink, blue, yellow, green, but do these colors actually reveal compatibility? If they truly were a match, they wouldn't break up in the first place, right? Then, have I always been wrong? I assumed I was observing true compatibility, but maybe that's never really been the case. Cupid's bow is a divine artifact, so it's not really my place to question its effectiveness, but if it really did work, marriage rates wouldn't be going down, would they? So maybe Cupid's bow really has been wrong this whole time. Oh my goodness, that's so annoying. Meanwhile, hashtag Cupid keeps on trending on social media, so the Cupid Corporation's matchmaking process is working just fine. Their bridal advisors might even be doing a better job of playing Cupid than I ever have. The more I thought about that, the more time I spent in Aunt Minerva's room trying to learn everything I could about human culture. Humans also developed something called a dating app based on the romantic psychology. It led to doubts of my own work. Maybe humans don't really need the gods. They started using their brains more with ideas the gods had never even considered. Before long, I'd forgotten all about firing off my arrows and was spending all my time researching the ways of humankind. I'd all but abandoned my role as Cupid, which had not gone unnoticed. One day, Dad told me to come and see him. Oh no.
キューピッド。相変わらず神としての自覚が薄いようだな。
Dad slowly paced around the room, glaring at me all the while. He wore the same expression he always had when he was lecturing me.
聞いたぞ。お前は最近キューピッドの矢を使っていないようだな。しかも仕事をサボったばかりでなく、あろうことかミネルヴァの部屋に入り浸っていたらしいな。ミネルヴァにはあまり近づくなと言っただろう。だんまりか。まったく嘆かわしい。神が導いてやらねば人類はどうなる。お前にはキューピッドとしての使命がある。何度も言っているが、それを放棄などするから結婚率が下がっているのだ。
Are you sure about that?
どういうことだ？
Humans are doing fine on their own. They're handling all the matchmaking needs by themselves. Listen, Dad, I've been thinking. Maybe the marriage rates are lower exactly because I've been using my arrows to force them together. Maybe my way of doing things is wrong and they understand better. Maybe.
何を言い出すかと思ったら、なんてくだらない。
Huh?
人間が神より優れているだと？そんなことあるわけないだろう。人間がここまで進化できたのは我ら神のおかげだ。それを奴らの方が正しいなどとくだらんことを言うな。人間が考えることなんてな、我々神の領域には全く及ばん。そんなこともわからんのか、お前は。
What? That's awful. It's pure arrogance. How could you be so cruel? Humans have been working so hard for so long to do things on their own.
自分たちの力？馬鹿げたことを言うな。あれもすべて我らが授けた知恵だ。お前も習っただろう。人間の文化が発達したのもすべては我らがいたからだ。その根底を忘れるんじゃない。まったく。だからミネルヴァに近づくなと言ったのだ。お前は若くて未熟だ。あの変人に近づけば余計な価値観を植え付けられると懸念していたのだが、やはり。
You're so stubborn.
No.
Human wisdom only comes from the gods, then why doesn't Celestia even have DVDs?
DVD? なんだそれは。
See, you don't even know that much. It's a device invented by humans, all by themselves, without any help from the gods. Humans are not foolish, they have the power to create something from nothing, and it's not right for you to deny that fact.
だが、人間は愚かだ。どれだけ争いの歴史を繰り返したと思う。神が導かなければ、とっくに滅亡している。お前がそんなだから結婚率も低下しているんだ。分かったらちゃんとキューピッドとしての仕事を全うしろ。
I have been, but people still aren't getting married, which means our way of doing things must be wrong.
違う！お前がサボっているからだ。
I have not, at least not until the HQH incident happened. I was doing my job as hard as I could.
な？HQH？
The hashtag Cupid happenstance. I was working so hard right up until the day I learned humans have been doing their own matchmaking. Did you know, Dad? They have something called romantic psychology. Humans are using their brains to do things we thought only we could. And they're succeeding at it too. They don't need our help to fall in love. I think it's time that we let them live their lives as they see fit.
バカな！そんなことでお前はキューピッドとしての役目を放棄するというのか？
Why not? Humans would be better off if we just left them alone. Dad, the era of gods telling humans how to live is over.
キューピッド！なんて愚かな！人の気持ちは簡単に移ろいゆく。任せるなど破滅しか生まん！
Why can't you just trust them?
あやつらの根本は変わらん。愚かで醜い争い好きの生物だ。神が導かなくてどうする？お前は黙って矢を射って恋結びをすればよい。余計なことを考えるんじゃない。
What? So he just wants me to shut up and go back to thoughtlessly firing off my arrows? Talk about absurd notions. If I could prove that the power of humankind is superior to the power of the gods, would that satisfy you?
何をバカバカしい。そんなことができるとでも思うのか。
Yes, I do. And to prove it, I'm going to go down to the human realm, become a common mortal, and do the matchmaking by hand.
なんだって？
I'll help people get married without using my arrows. If I could do that, then would you admit I'm right? I said all of that without really thinking about it, and as I finished, I let out a sharp gasp. I should have done this from the beginning. It's better than sitting around here mulling things over and over again.
何を言い出すかと思えば、キューピッドの矢を使わず恋結びをするだって？無謀だ。どうせすぐ値を上げるに決まっている。
Well, I won't know unless I try.
やるだけ無駄だ。分かったらさっさと仕事に戻れ。
No. He could yell at me all he wanted. This time, I had no intention of bending to his will. Just the idea of admitting that he was right made me sick to my stomach. I was more sure than ever that humankind was truly wonderful. Since Dad was being as stubborn as ever, I decided I'll prove it to him, prove that humans didn't need the gods anymore. So, I'm serious about this. I'll help more people fall in love than I ever could from up here. I wish they had quotations around what is being said and what is not being said. It's very hard for me to figure out how to voice what she's saying because I did that with Cardia. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like a narrative voice versus a character voice, and it's really hard to decide which one to use if there's no quotations. Whatever. All you care about is that the people I bring together get married, right? Not just love, but lasting connections. I'll prove to you I can do it.
ほう、今よりも多く。だが、今まで恋結びした人数をお前は数えているのか？所詮お前はその程度だ。いいからおとなしく。
Fine. If I could become the most famous bridal advisor in the human world, then will you admit I'm right?
ブライダルアドバ。
It's the human version of Cupid. There are these amazing companies down there called marriage agencies that help people fall in love. I'll join the top agency in the world and become their best employee. That would make me the greatest Cupid in the human world. If I seal away my divine powers and then earn my way to the very top, will you admit that I'm right about this?
はっ、そんなことができれば確かに認めてやろう。できるとは思わないがな。
Whether I can or can't isn't important. I have to try. I'll become so famous they'll have me doing interviews for every magazine and TV. And when that happens, Dad, you lose. I'll become the most amazing bridal advisor ever and just show you how right I was. Bye. As I turn to leave, I can feel my dad starting to panic.
おい、まさか本気で。
Yes, I'm serious. I hate you, Dad. Oh my goodness. Wow, she just said that and left. After snapping at him one last time, I ran out of the room. I guess she gets to leave through...
おい、いたか。
I guess she gets to leave through Auntie's little, portal, I guess.
いや、こっちにはいない。
Now I'm on the run, and I've got divine soldiers chasing after me.
たく、キューピッド様は何をやらかしたらあんなにマーズ様を怒らせるんだ。ほら行くぞ。早く見つけないと俺たちがマーズ様に怒られる。
Geez, did he seriously have to send them all after me? He said I could go and try, but he still refuses to actually let me do it. Knowing him, if they catch me, I'll end up locked away in my room for a long time, to say the least. Dad's methods are just too old-fashioned. He'll have me on house arrest without letting me get a word in edgewise. In which case... Man, this music. Lady Minerva, I need her help to hide. I snuck past the divine soldiers and ran off toward Aunt Minerva's room.
あら、キューちゃんじゃない。聞いたわよ。マーズに喧嘩売ったんだって。
He's just terrible. He said all these awful things about humankind. So I told him I would prove to him just how amazing humans can be. I looked around her room with fresh eyes. I took in all of the movies we'd watched over and over again, all of the incredible outfits. Even if the gods had provided them with wisdom, it was the humans themselves that had created all of this. That's just what I want Dad to understand, and not just him, I want everyone in Celestia to understand. Not only because of the gods' blessings, I just can't believe that all the efforts of humankind had nothing to do with it. I can't ignore all that hard work. Continuing to mindlessly shoot my arrows down at them just didn't seem right. I'm going to go to the human realm. I'm going to do my matchmaking as a normal human.
本気？
Very serious. I'm sick of doing whatever my dad says. I want to be more than just the god of love.
まあ、キューちゃん、最高よ。それでこそ私のメイン、心の友だわ。
Please, Lady Minerva, please help me. How can I reach the human realm? Despite everything I said to Dad, I didn't actually have any idea on how to get down there. It's not like I'd ever tried to leave Celestia before.
そうね。まず人間界で暮らすなら、それ相応の準備が必要よ。それよりも肝心なのは、ジュピターの監視をどうやってかいくぐるかよね。
Right. I'd always heard that Lord Jupiter had the power to find any other god at will, and he's a member of the Die Constantants, just like Dad, so I'm sure he wouldn't approve of my plan. But it's not like you can just snap your finger and make me invisible or something, right?
そうね。
So even if I could escape, I'd just be dragged right back. My plan had fallen on his face before I could even get off the starting line, but then my aunt just grinned at me.
そこはこの人間界マニアのレディ・ミネルヴァに任せなさい。
She clapped her hands and the room got brighter. That little trick has surprised me at first, but not anymore.
まずは追跡対策ね。一応確認するけれど、キューピッドの矢は神具だから外せないわよね。
That's right. Whenever I forgot it at the spring or something, it always makes its way back to me. Cupid's bow, a divine artifact that never leaves my side. Right now it feels more like a curse than anything. When I'm not using it, it takes the form of a necklace around my neck. If I need it, I just touch it and it turns back into an actual bow and arrow. No matter where I leave it, it always comes back. In other words, Cupid can never be separated from her bow and arrow.
なるほどね。矢を外せるならすぐに解決すると思ったけれど。
Wait, really?
ええ、あいつはただ神具を追ってるだけだもの。神具さえなければ個体の追跡なんてできないわ。
I had no idea. But wow, she's so casual when she talks about him. But I guess she can do that as a fellow Die Constance.
となると矢を何とかしないと見つかるけど、それもあなたのそのキューピッドの矢にちょこっと細工してジャミングしちゃえば大丈夫ね。
Jam the what now?
探知するのと同じ力を発することで探しづらくなるみたいな意味よ。 厳密にはちょっと違うけれど。でもその原理でノイズを発する道具を作ってネックレスにつけちゃえば見つからなくなるはずよ。それはこの学問の神であるレディ・ミネルヴァが作ってあげる。ほら、これで1個解決したでしょ。
Okay, but now that I'm thinking about it, is it even possible for me to leave without Lord Jupiter's permission? To descend to the human realm, you have to make a formal request to Lord Jupiter. Then you can enter the wooded cave near the round table. But if I can't use that, then...
あら、私が作ったゲートがあることをお忘れかしら。
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't think she gets permission. Oh, that's right. Aunt Minerva did tell me about a secret gate that she made leading to the human realm. Then you'll let me use it.
もちろんよ。可愛い姪っ子のためだもの。というわけで追跡防止と降臨の仕方はクリアね。あと一番の問題は人間界に降りてからの生活よね。Q ちゃんも知ってるわよね。神であっても人間界に行ったら人間と同じような体になるって話。
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. Our bodies become human, which means we have to eat in order to survive and sleep in order to function day to day.
住民票の偽造に住処の確保はまあ神の力でなんとかなるとして、問題は生活費よね。
You have to get a job.
キュッちゃん、人間界の降臨って初めてなのよね。
Yeah.
さすがに私でも金の偽造はやったら怒られるどころじゃないし。ま、そこは Q ちゃんに頑張ってもらうとしますか。一緒にアルバイト探しましょう。
A part-time job? Like that thing we always see in the movies.
そうよ。
Didn't you just tell your dad you're gonna go and work for them? Part-time job, such a wonderful phrase, filled my heart with joy. You'd see tons of Sillywood actresses play roles where they had to work at part-time jobs.
それに安心して。一応選別に1ヶ月ぐらいの生活費は私がお小遣いにあげるわ。でもそれ以上滞在するつもりならきちんと自分で自分の食いぶちを稼ぐこと。いい？
I understand.
あんまりお手伝いできなくてごめんね、キューちゃん。
It's okay, you've already helped plenty, Lady Minerva. After all, this started out as an argument just between my dad and me.
そりゃ可愛い姪っ子が悩んでいたら考えないわけにはいかないわよ。それに私だってマーズの考えにムカつくし。人間は素晴らしいのよ。それなのに私以外の神は全然それに気づいてくれないの。それどころかマーズったらいっつも私のこと変人扱いするんだもの。ちょっとぐらい反省してほしいじゃない？
So that explains it. Aunt Minerva was always talking about how she was sick of the old-fashioned views of the other stubborn gods.
それにね、実は私も何度も人間界に移住する妄想をしているの。十二神だからさすがに実行には移せないけど。
Lady Minerva, you have?
ええ、何通りもシミュレーションしてるわ。だからこのレディ・ミネルヴァに任せて。さ、そうと決まったら準備に取り掛かるわよ。なんだか楽しくなってきちゃった。キューちゃんはどんな家に住みたい？
She quickly pulled out her cell phone and started browsing through real estate properties for me. My mission is to run away from home and prove Dad wrong, to live in the human realm.
あ、人間界の服も必要よね。映画ヘアブリーチの服が可愛かったわ。どこに置いたかしら。
Once we got started, things fell into place one after another. After all our preparations were done, Aunt Minerva showed me to a door marked 221B.
さあ、これが私の作った人間界への降臨用ゲートよ。
I thought it says that's Cupid talking, but it's not. Also, when she asked where she wanted to live in her part-time job, I thought she would tell her that she wanted to live wherever that Cupid Corporation is, so she's just going to randomly end up there by coincidence. I don't know. I thought she said that she was literally going to go and do what they do at that company, but maybe she wasn't talking about that company. Wow, 221B, isn't that the same as the Shamrock Holmes? Shamrock Holmes? Holmes? Oh, wait. Sorry, I just got done reading Code Realize and I'm like, Sherlock Holmes? What? Wow, 221B, isn't that the same as the Shamrock Holmes?
ご明察。さすが Q ちゃんね。これを作った時ちょうどその映画にハマってたのよ。人間界へ降りれば他にもいろんな映画のロケ地に行けるわ。その服も似合ってるわね。勉強も仕事も恋も頑張るロマンス映画のヒロインみたいよ。楽しんできてね。
I will. Thank you so much, Lady Minerva. Keeping in mind everything I learned from all these movies, I focused on things like the dating agencies, social media, and of course Cupid, a city and culture built entirely by humankind, and before long I'd be standing in the middle of it all.
ああ、でも映画仲間がそばからいなくなるのは私も寂しいわ。元気でやるのよ、Q ちゃん。
Oh, Lady Minerva. Oh my goodness. I gave her one last hug as she hugged me back tightly. We'd become almost like a mother and daughter. I'm going to become an amazing bridal advisor and make a dad eat his words.
その息よ。さ、名残惜しいけれどぐずぐずしてたら身辺に見つかっちゃう。いってらっしゃい。楽しんできてね。
The gate opened and Aunt Minerva gave me a gentle nudge and then... What the? When I opened my eyes, I was greeted with an image straight out of the movies I'd seen. People. There were people everywhere. Colorful shops lined the streets. It was a vibrant world completely unlike the dull divine realm. So this is the human realm. All my worries melted away as my heart began to fill with excitement. Step 1. Go to college and study romantic psychology. Step 2. Graduate and get a job at Cupid Corp. But how are you going to go and study without money? You need to get a job first. I'm going to become a bridal advisor and learn how to connect people without using my divine powers. That's my ultimate goal. There are plenty of matchmaking services in this world, but it looks like the one with the highest success rate is this Cupid Corporation. Based on my research, it's safe to assume that the Cupid Corporation is the top matchmaking service in the world. I'm going to become the top bridal advisor at the best company in the world and prove Dad wrong. And if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. Aunt Minerva and I have prepared everything I need to succeed. First off, I need to get into college. Apparently Cupid Corp won't hire anyone without a college degree. I'm going to beat you, Dad. I'm going to show you that I was right. What the heck? A strange creature seemed to be reacting to my excited muttering. Huh? Wait, is that a divine beast? The D constituents have tamed fantastical animals of all kinds and shapes to do their bidding. These were known as divine beasts. I remember feeling something but my shoulder when I went through the gate, but I just figured it was Aunt Minerva giving me one last final push. Hello there. What's your name?
Chi.
It's Chi. Chi, huh? Okay, nice to meet you, Chi.
Chi.
Oh, that's cute. Oh my goodness. Oh shoot, I probably shouldn't hang out here too long. Where was my new home again? I wandered down the street while looking over the instructions Aunt Minerva had given me. She'd written the address of a share house she'd found online. In a city like Lost York, roommates are basically mandatory if you want to be able to afford rent. It looks like I'll be living with someone called Gil Lovecraft. Aunt Minerva said that the name Lovecraft literally means to create love, so it was perfect fit for a roommate. I bet having roommates is going to be so much fun, just like in the movies. I wonder what they'll be like. She's probably in for like a rude awakening. As of today, I get to experience the thrill of having a roommate.
えルームシェアの相手はマイクっていう男じゃ。
Wait, Gil's one of the is one of the romantic interests, right? I think he is, which is funny. Wait, I thought her roommate was the girl. Oh, my aunt must have written that without really thinking. Sorry, I'm not Mike. Anyway, nice to meet you.
ち
おお女の子とルームシェア
Oh my goodness. It's gonna be so annoying. Why do I gotta listen to that? Parasite 5. So that's what I went through to get here. Even the name I'm using now is just something I came up with on the spot based on the character from a movie I'd seen. I couldn't say I was Cupid. I didn't really know much about the day-to-day reality of the human realm back then, so I made a lot of mistakes. But now here I am working as the company's top rental advisor. But how did she go from a guy roommate to whatever that girl's name was? I forgot her name already. It wasn't easy, I can say that much.
ち
He's just gonna follow you around. Also, there's supposed to be chapters in this game, so I'm going to go until the end of the chapter, but I just don't know how long that's going to be.
何か言ったか
Nope, not me. Cheese Kai brought me back to my senses. I nearly forgotten I was right in the middle of a meeting with the president. It's just that after hearing the word promotion, I couldn't help but think about how far I'd come. I had no idea Chi was here. I woke up so early I figured he'd still be fast asleep. So you just need me to support these 5 candidates and help them get married.
なあ彼らは他のトップブライダルアドバイザーたちがこぞって無理だとサジを投げた会員でな
Oh, why's that?
確かパラサイト5と陰では呼ばれているそうだ知っているか
I'm sorry, I don't really keep up with the latest rumors.
いやその方がいい妙な先入観を持たれても困るしなというわけで彼らは結婚できる見込みがないと烙印を押され半ば放置されていたんだだが我が社の会員になった以上放っておくわけにはいかない成婚率は社の評判にも関わるからな
I can't imagine, like, me as a person, but I guess some people do. Some people just like their goal in life is to get married, but I can't imagine, like, going to all these companies trying to get married, and you just can't. They just can't marry you off. Because I guess it happened to me. I like naturally falling in love with someone. Not going out of my way to find a husband, I guess. But everyone has their own desires and their own likes. And I think falling in love unexpectedly has its own charm. Like her, she's gonna fall in love with one of them. Someone who doesn't really know what love is herself.
お前は今年からトップブライダルアドバイザーになったばかりだ正直荷が重いかもしれないがやる気のある社員だと聞いている
It would be my honor to try.
ひとまずプロフィールシートを見てくれ
Let's see here. At the president's urging, I began reading through the documents. Hey, there's a Gil Lovecraft in here. Gil Lovecraft, assuming he's the same person, that's my former roommate. He was a year above me in college, and he moved out when he graduated. I haven't seen him in probably at least 2 years. Well, there you go. Now, that would be too crazy of a coincidence. It must be someone else with the same name. The same name, Gil Lovecraft. Like, okay. Work location anywhere, work hours anytime, days off whenever I want. That's funny. He's a freelance editor. Let's see. Family. I'm glad this is all in English. I can read it and understand it. Let's see. Family. He's what? An older brother. Alcohol sometimes, smokes no, cooks. I am pretty. What? Yes. Okay, I am a pretty good cook. Okay, that's what that said. I was almost married. Let's see. I was almost married once, but so it's no. Could you briefly describe your personality? I'm extremely devoted. What do you look for in a partner, whether or not I feel like I need to support them? Aww. Where would you go on your first date? Do you have a favorite date spot? Snuggling up on the couch and watching a movie. That's adorable. I like to get married, let's see, after dating for a while. That's good, not immediately. If I meet someone nice and there's other. See, skills and hobbies. I'd rather dedicate all my free time to my lover. Aww. On your days off, housework, writing for the person I love to contact me. He's so cute. Did I miss one? Hold on. I continue reading through the profiles. I didn't miss one, so I'm gonna read all of them. Rao Aconite. Raul. Let's see. He's an actor, professional prank artist. Pranker artist. Education, high school. Work location depends on set, tournament location. Days off, never really cared much for those. Oh, he likes working. Let's see. Family, it just says parents. So okay, so that's, okay. So the other one had an older brother. This one just has, he's an only child, I think. He drinks a lot, apparently. He doesn't smoke. He cooks? No. It says, I usually just eat whatever they have on location. Marriage history? No. Could you briefly describe your personality? I have an inquisitive mind. What do you look for in a partner? Someone I can talk to about the 12 Olympians, the 12 divas, and maybe a little bit of Norse mythology. Oh, that's cool. She'll probably like him. Where would you go on your first date? Do you have a favorite date spot? A whirlwind private jet tour of Greece and Rome. Oh. I like to get married other. It says, wait, this is just for research, right? Skills and hobbies. Pank ration. I gotta Google that and see what it is. Let's see, on your days off, weight training, walking, the mythological society. Foods. He likes Keiko. I like to try ambrosia and nectar someday too. Food dislikes, aka oysters. Okay, cool. Ryuki Kaizen. This is what we're going to. Oh my gosh! Look at his colorful one. He just like got all of the. I don't know if he typed this out or if he got it in ink and just went crazy, but still. This is dedication. Hey, he's a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. Occupation, he's a fashion designer. He went to trade school. Let's see, he works in Los York, Japan. That's funny, it's in Japan. Work hours is from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I like to be in bed before the news comes on. Days off, weekends and holidays. He has parents and an older sister. He has pets, which is what? Saluko? Alcohol, never. Bad for my skin. That's funny. Smokes, no. Bad for my skin. Cooks, I only eat What? I only eat things that give my skin a healthy glow. That's funny. Cooks, yes. And marriage history, it's tough finding someone whose face scores above a 70. What? I read a little bit of a spoiler on this. He like it doesn't talk to anyone if like your face scores below a 60, so you have to look pretty for him to talk to you. Could you briefly describe your personality? He's a genius. What do you look for in a partner? Someone whose face could get a perfect score. Where do you want to go for a date? Hot rock sauna. Okay. I'd like to get married, other, as long as I find their looks agreeable. Oh my goodness. Skills and hobby. Erasing any unsightly individuals from my memory. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding? Your days off. Shopping for humidifiers and other beauty products. Food likes. NATO. There's simply nothing healthier. Food dislikes. He dislikes carbonated drinks and black licorice. I mean, it takes a very special individual to like black licorice. That's funny. This is the guy we're going to be going down the route first, and he is I wonder how she's going to hold up to his standards. Oh my goodness, it's in cursive. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're on what? Alan Melville. Age 28, hometown don't remember, address in your dreams. Oh my goodness. Sign. My birthday's February 8th. What sign is that? Occupation. I'm a sales technician at a luxury pillow store. Oh. Education. Does education matter when it comes to love? Oh, that's fair. Days off whenever you're awake. Just kidding. The store is closed on Thursdays, so I'm usually off there. Then. Work hours 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Days off whenever you're awake. Family. I guess I'll have to say my pet. So he only has a pet. Alcohol often. Let's see. I want to see you tipsy. Oh, okay. Smokes, yes. I don't smoke in front of girls if they're not into that. Oh, that's nice. Cooks, no. Marriage history, no. Could you briefly describe your personality? I go for a pretty wide range of girls. Don't worry about it. He's easy, I guess. What do you look for in a partner? I like a girl who can sleep through anything. So where would you go on your first date? I prefer a place with a bed, so like at the store or back at my place. Oh, okay. I like to get married, other, just as long as we're compatible. There you go. Skills and hobbies, figuring out the exact height for your pillow. That's funny. Food likes, dreams. Food likes, dreams are so delicious. Oh, and a nice big bubble tea. On your days off, you'll find out when we go on our first date. little tongue face, that's cute. Food dislikes cucumbers. I hate how it sounds. That's funny. I hate cucumbers too, but mostly because they put them in sushi. Like, if I want my sushi roll to be crunchy, I will put tempura in it. Or I will put tempura on top of it. I don't want a cucumber in my sushi roll. Like, come on. This guy sounds really cute too. And, see, is this the last one? That's funny. Name, age 32. It's this guy right here. This is her boss. That's funny. Huh? When I reached the last profile, I told him I had a confusion. Okay, let's go over his... Okay, this is funny. So now we're looking at her bosses, the president. He's a business owner. He has a master's degree. He works 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. 5 a.m. Days off, none generally. He has parents and a younger brother. He drinks socially. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't cook. There's a big triangle over no instead of a circle. Let's see. People assume I'm a devoted husband, but the fact is I'm not married. Because you're 32, is that why? Briefly describe your personality. I'm always trying to improve myself. But you look for in a partner, someone who can accept my work and push me to do even better. Where would you go on your first date? Ask CC's the staff, they'll know what to do. Oh. Well, that just gave you away. You're a business owner at the CC. Let's see, I like to get married immediately. Oh, he's he's not into pleasantries. He wants to get married now. Skills and hobbies: to be SS in all things, sleep a little, work a lot. Your days off, see above. Food likes anything that has plenty of omega-3 fatty acids. Dislikes fried food. Why would anyone want that many calories? Well, I mean, they taste good, right? All of the information has been neatly filled in by a computer, but the name has been left blank. Mr. Snail, who is this? It doesn't have a name on it.
それは
Are you gonna tell him?
そのうち詳細がいく。ひとまず連絡先は下記にあるので、それで対応してくれ。
That's really funny. You'll find out soon enough. Mr. Snail seemed surprisingly awkward when he said that. I wonder if it's a relative of his or something. Anyway, if I can get these 5 guys married, I'll get my promotion and then I can shove that in Dad's face. I wonder if he's given her this task because he wants to get married. He wants to get married immediately. I guess so the rumors about him being a loving husband or whatever can stop. So I'm kind of curious if he's putting this quote job on her so he can get married. He's like, hey, if you can find me someone to marry, I'll promote you. Surprise, you can marry me. In your route, of course.
どうだ？できそうか？
It feels like he's... Whoa. I thought there wasn't any choices in here. So it looks like I'm in the common route, but I've already... so there's not really chapters in this game, but there's like sections, I guess. I Fate's Call Promotion, I hashtag Cupid Parasite, I Parasite 5. So I don't know when to end the episodes. 2 hours is definitely getting long, so I guess when it goes into like another intermission with stuff, then maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just end it right after we accept this. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Okay. So it feels like he's staring straight through me, waiting for the right answer. And the answer is, I have to if I want that promotion. But let's see. If you don't have to create a save file here. Actually, no. This is the common route, so I'm not gonna choose anything that's not a choice for Ryuki, because we'll see the other choices probably when we go down the other routes. So it's I have to if I want to earn that promotion. I have to earn that promotion. I'll do my very best.
熱心なことだな。
To start off with, I think I'll get in touch with them to set up a meeting.
面談をするのか？
That includes you. Definitely, I'd like to talk to them face to face and find out what kind of people they might be compatible with. Their habits, their beliefs, how they grew up. It all affects the type of person that's best for them.
そうか。我が社には優秀なエンジニアの作ったマッチングシステムがあるはずだが。なるほどな。この勤勉さがトップブライダルアドバイザーになった秘訣というわけか。
Yep, do it her way. She's been successful. That's right, I may as well put my degree in romantic psychology to use, right? That's the whole reason I went to college, after all. I wanted to learn how to succeed at matchmaking using the power of human nature. That was my one and only goal.
では、この5人のことも結婚まで導いてくれ。今日の話は以上だ。頼りにしているぞ。
I won't let you down. I'll get started right away.
ああ。 やはり一人だけ空欄はまずかったか。
But why? She would know sooner or
一人
later.
だけ頼んでは怪しまれると思い、パラサイト5と呼ばれていることを利用して5人の中に紛れ込ませたが、かえって目立ったか。だが偽名を使って問題が起きても困るしな。匿名希望ということにしておくか。しかし面談か。
Yep.
どうやら誰かに代理を頼むしかないようだ。
Oh. How dare you cheat it? This is what I was talking about with the intermission. And that's how the challenge and the pursuit of my promotion began. So I think this is where I'm going to stop it. I think this is where the intermissions are in line with the walkthrough. So, because the next one says I love match test. So, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and stop the episode for here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I've really enjoyed this so far. Let's see, it's only midnight, so I might even keep reading and recording just so I can have more to edit later. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, leave a thumbs up down below. Drop your comments down there too. I'd love to know what you guys think so far of Cupid Parasite. It's definitely a lot more interesting of a game that I played in the past. Like it's very colorful. It was a little bit hard to get used to at first. The sound effects still that I can't change in the game is going to be the nemesis of me. I know, because it's already driving me nuts. I don't know how to make it go away. I've already Googled it and I can't find it anywhere. Anyway, maybe I'll find it eventually. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one.